What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Fantasy Puck video. I'm your host, Mike, and today's video is going to be on sell high players. This is a video I've wanted to get out for a while now. We've been giving you some trade targets. We've been giving you some players that you should be adding to your roster, but now it's time to get into the players that you should be looking to sell high on. I hope everyone had a great Christmas and an awesome holiday. I'm sick and tired of getting my snow shovel out and shoveling all the snow we've gotten up here in Canada, and it's time for fantasy hockey. So let me know in the comment section below what players right now you would say are currently sell highs. You might see them in this video, or it could be someone that I've left out. Make sure you join the Discord, especially if you have questions around trades. We have a trade channel in there. We have over 800 active fantasy hockey members in the Discord, so make sure you get in there. I will leave a link in the description below. Let's try to go for 150 likes on this video. You guys have been killing it with the support. And if you want to make some money playing fantasy hockey, head over to Prize Picks. Use code PUCK for a 100% deposit match up to $100. Without further ado, let's jump into the sell high players video. Starting this video off, we're looking at Bo Horvat of the Vancouver Canucks, 90% owned over on Yahoo and just center eligible. He is currently on a very big hot streak right now. He has 4 goals and 8 points in his last 2 games, and he has been scoring like crazy this season. 13.7 goals scored above expected, the second highest in the NHL right now, behind only Connor McDavid. His shooting percentage is super inflated at 24.5%, 10% above his career average. Eventually, this is going to regress to the mean. I haven't been watching too many Vancouver games, but I know he does play net front on the team's power play, and that could lead to him scoring just a few more goals on some lucky bounces, maybe some tips. If you're a Canucks fan, let me know in the comment section below what you've seen differently from Bo Horvat this season. His on-ice rate hasn't really changed too much. 54.5% on-ice Corsi for percentage, down minus 1.5% from last season. Not significant enough to say that it's a down season for him at all. 9 shots per 60, just a plus 0.4 rate from 2021. So he's not really shooting the puck more than he was last year, but his point per game rate is way above his career high. 1.15 points per game, plus 36% from his career average. Now, this makes him a perfect trade bait option in real life, and I think that this might actually hurt his value, especially with some of the teams he's projected to go to. Colorado and Boston are options I've seen. And I think that if he ends up going to those teams, he'll be playing more of a center 2 role, less than 20 minutes per night, especially on Boston. And it's going to be difficult for him to get chemistry. So I think Bo Horvat's value actually goes down a little bit depending on what team he ends up going to. I think he's an ideal trade target at this point in the season. He is on a very good run right now. I think you can actually get someone like Panarin, Barkov, or Roman Josi for how good Bo Horvat has been. I just want to mention, if you are in a face-off wins league, he is one of the best face-off win players in the entire league, and I would probably be holding him just because of that stat is just not going to go away at any point this season. Bo Horvat, if you draft him in your league, great job. I did in a few, and I'd be looking to trade him as soon as possible. Moving on to the next player, we have another Vancouver Canuck player that I am looking to sell right now, Elias Pettersson of the Vancouver Canucks. Center and left wing eligible, which is actually very good. Left wing is a more scarce position, center as well. 98% owned over on Yahoo. He has been exceptional this season. 32 games played, 16 goals, 42 points, and 105 shots. He had a very big down year last year. For my Canucks fans, you were probably not happy watching him play. As a Elias Pettersson owner, I was definitely not happy until the second half of the season. He is at a career high in shots right now, 10 shots per 60, one of the best rates we've seen from him. 5.7 goals scored above expected, so he is getting a little bit lucky right now. The 14th highest rate in the NHL. Now, his point per game rate is crazy right now, 1.31 points per game, plus 40% from his career average, so similar to Bo Horvat. This team has been very good offensively, but defensively they have been struggling, and they are losing games and are looking to be sellers at the deadline, and this is my concern with Elias Pettersson. If they're looking to trade Horvat, looking to trade Besser, OEL, Tyler Myers, I think Pettersson's just not going to have enough players around him to continue this awesome pace that he's on right now this season. So, you know, worse team means less offense. We saw this kind of with Jacob Chychrun last season, where the Arizona Coyotes just had no help at all, and he didn't do very well, and he was drafted fairly high. I think with Pettersson, it's a good time to trade him now before this Canucks team begins to unload. He's not going to be part of the plans of being traded. He's part of the plans of the future of the team, so he's going to be staying there. They're going to get younger this year. I think it's a good time to move on from Elias Pettersson. So some trade ideas here. I think you can grab a top-end defenseman. Roman Josi is another option there. Ilya Sorokin if you're looking for a goaltender. And I think someone like Kyle Connor is still a decent buy low target that has very, very good value long-term. Moving on to the next player and the last forward on this video, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins of the Edmonton Oilers, center and left wing eligible, 92% owned over on Yahoo. Nuge, in the preseason, I remember talking with Chris about him saying, how is this guy ADP 150? He should be off the board at least in the 9th or 10th round, not anywhere near the 12th and 13th round. Very good season this year. And let me know at the top of your head, how many point per game seasons you think Nugent-Hopkins has had in his career? It was really surprising. He's had none. And this season, he's at 1.14 points per game, 40% above his career average. And this is honestly due to the awesome power play of the Edmonton Oilers and how Nuge has been part of so many of those power play goals. 22 power play points this season in 36 games. And last year, he had 23 in 63 games. So, a lot to love there on the power play point side. Now, my concern is his 5-on-5 time, right? If he begins to regress a little bit on the power play, you can't really expect Nugent-Hopkins to put up 50 power play points this season, which he's on pace for. And his 5-on-5 numbers just aren't very flashy. 48.8% on his Corsi 4. And that means he is producing less chances than his opponents when he's on the ice. Now, his shooting percentage is very inflated this season, 20%, plus 8% from his career average. Not too high, but still eventually is going to regress to the mean. Nuge has only had one 30-goal season in his career. So 7.6 shots per 60, no increase from last year. So he's not shooting the puck more, which is something we do like to see here, especially with players that are improving throughout the season. Someone like Robertson or Tage Thompson have significantly improved their shot rate this year, leading to more goals and more points. Now, one thing I want to note here, in our projections going into the season, we gave him an 86% reliability percentage, which is derived from the last 3 years of the NHL and how many games played he has missed throughout those 3 years. And we made a percentage stat for it. So this season, we actually projected him to miss 11 games. He's been healthy for the whole season so far. So injury is inevitable. I can't predict it, but it is inevitable with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who does have injury history. Now, some trade ideas. I think DeBrincat is still a great buy low target. Sebastian Aho, someone no one's really talking about right now, but is a sneaky, very good fantasy player. And Barkov, who has off to a very slow start, but should turn around on that awesome Florida Panthers team. If you watch the intro, I asked you to guess someone that could be a sell high player. I feel like Josh Morrissey will be majority of the answers. He's off to a great start this season. If you drafted him, good job. But I think now is the time to sell him. So going into this season in our projection system, we gave him 79 games played, 9 goals, 37 points, and 164 shots on goal. Currently, he is blowing away our projections on a 79 game pace. 13 goals, 90 points, and 124 shots. Almost as many points as shots, but absolutely crazy to see how good Morrissey has been this season. His 0.97 assists per game rate is by far the highest of his career, over 2.5 times, and over 2.5 times his rate from last season. I haven't really watched many Winnipeg Jets games. I do know we have some Winnipeg Jets fans in the comment section, so let me know what you've seen from Morrissey this season that's really made him a standout defenseman and putting up so many points. But I went to go look at his on-ice numbers to see maybe he's just been way better 5-on-5, way better on the power play. 55% on-ice Corsi 4 percentage, up 0.09% from last year, so not really a big difference. And then I went and looked at Winnipeg. Like, have they been very good? I know Hellebuck's been great. They're a below-average offensive team, so I don't even know where this offense is coming from Morrissey. But they're at a 49% shots for percentage, 21st in the league, a 50% Corsi 4 percentage, so right in the middle, 17th ranked in the league. And then they have 110 expected goals for, 17th best in the league. So not much to like from this Winnipeg Jets team as a whole. Morrissey is just off to a very, very good start. I could see him regressing at some point. He is a first half league winner for sure. I just don't think he can keep it up given he really hasn't broke 50 points ever in his career. So some trade ideas. I think Dougie Hamilton is a great defenseman to get in return. Someone with a very high floor given his very high shot volume. And he's on a great Devils team. Power play 1, good minutes. Chris Kreider, someone that, I spelled it wrong, Kredier. So Chris Kredier, Kreider's brother on the New York Rangers. Someone I think is a great buy low target. And William Nylander, very good production from him this season. Someone just looking to swap 1-for-1 to acquire a defenseman. The last sell high player of this video is Mikhail Sergachev of the Tampa Bay Lightnings. Defenseman, 91% owned over on Yahoo. Our projections going into this season for Sergachev: 10 goals, 45 points, 162 shots, and 135 hits. Very good peripheral numbers, very solid point production, and his current 81 game pace, similar to Morrissey, is crushing our projections. 74 points, 135 shots, and 167 hits. He is on pace for a career high in points, but there is some things I want to note for Sergachev early on. He did start to get some power play one time over Hedman. He was playing big minutes, but it seems to be regressing now. So in November, 13 games played, he went off 15 points, 25 minutes average time on ice. Then I went to look at December. So we know Sergachev was taken off power play 1. Hedman moved back up to power play 1. I said that Hedman was a great buy low target. He's been pretty good. 8 games played, 5 points, and now he's down to 22 minutes ATOI. So I think before other managers start to realize that Sergachev's point production should start to regress, now that he's not on the top power play unit, you could look to move him. So solid peripherals, very high floor defenseman, someone you draft a little bit later in your drafts. If you can acquire someone like Tavares, Dobson, or Fiala that will give you very solid and consistent production, I think it's worth doing. I like Sergachev as a defenseman. I actually own him in 3 of my 6 leagues right now. And in the league, the Fantasy Puck one with Hedman, I'd be looking to trade him as soon as possible before his value starts to decrease. That'll do it for the Sell High Players video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.